I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Toronto Mounties and the Memphis Hounds. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Mounties and the Memphis Hounds. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Throwing on first down. Whalen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Whalen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Murray. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now Murray, this short throw caught by Goddard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Hyde on the draw. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's complete. Stills. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He's got his man on the crossing route. They get 14 yards there at a 1st down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They run. It's Gurley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They try right side here, Gurley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But we just saw a great example when we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. That is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. A nice little juke. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead.
Figure I'll get on the headset quick. Yeah, Kyler Murray's 1 touchdown, 7 picks is very disturbing and alarming. But his running ability is awesome. He's the team's leading rusher. Does well every game on the ground. He's just got to find that groove in the passing game. Like you said in the offseason. So, yeah.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equal.
Total yards 67 to 18. Unreal.
It's 2nd and 18.
What's going on, Billy Shaw?
Now a draw play for Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, changing playbooks when Kyler Murray's your quarterback, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. But I look at it this way. You never really know unless you try it. But I think you have the perfect playbook for him. There's that man, Marlon Humphrey.
3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Oh, snap.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like, it's almost like baseball. Guys
OCW might soon have Billishaw Waters on the roster. What do you think?
The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on here to punt it away.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the team's just got to gel and get the groove of things. Some teams are starting to come on later in the season. I don't know if they're gelling. I'm not, Madden's a trippy game, man. I don't think anybody really fully understands it, especially in this sim world. And I really think teams got to gel and start producing. Like, if you look at the San Diego Crusaders on paper, they should be one of the bottom probably 4 or 5 teams. They lost today to go to 4-2, but they're still one of the better teams in the league. And they're just starting to really click. It's a nice play there. 7 of 8, 59 yards. I see you, Kyler. He's got to keep that going. Now, if he can add some running into this, keep the defense honest on him, that's going to open it up for him. And there goes Hyde, 5 for 30. You can't argue with them numbers. Look at that average, 6 yards. Sheesh.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Hey, hold on. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Tighten up.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss.
Yeah.
Of 4 there.
Chiefs, I'll say this. You could also consider Pete Carroll's and the Seahawks offense for your boy Kyler. There's options out there for him.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Tackles. Ship.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackle.
This is the final game of Week 6. Some point here this morning, I'm going to do a complete update of the league after 6 weeks. We're going to cover the standings, stats, like we usually do. I'm going to give guys some details in regards to the draft and what I'm doing, the changes that are going to be taking place as far as the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. So, yeah. And my dogs are barking like crazy. Shut up, maniacs. But apologize for all those who heard the dogs barking. Hey, that's enough. Jeez, I couldn't mute, but whatever. Life is life. Any case, there's a lot of stuff going to be happening. And again, if you watch these games and you want to be a part of the league as a player, all you got to do is let me know. Let me know. And I will create your player. Male or female, I do not care. We'll get you added in the league. The only problem is if you're a female, you will, in a sense, look like a dude on the field. But best thing I could do is probably give your character long hair to hang out the helmet. So, I mean, maybe not make them as muscular, but still, your player will still be legit. So, yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Don't forget, Outlaw Championship Wrestling also comes your way today. Huge, huge show.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get.
Did your nut ass just say a BBW at left tackle? I am done with you, Chris. I love you, dude. That's a BBW at left tackle. I love it.
Murray, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
That's on the former first-rounder Taylor Decker. Now they face a second.
Can you talk? I'm just seeing it now. Here comes Big Betty Burba. She's the left tackle. Drafted number 4 overall in the first round out of Fat U. Man, she gonna play left tackle. Damn, she wear 00. Look like 1,000 on her back. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, it's gonna be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Demetrius.
Oh my goodness, that block was unfreaking real. The tailback was like, nah, bruh. Beautiful play, beautiful setup.
Nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are visitors to take over on offense. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. To throw on second down, Whalen. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Whalen. And he finds Cook. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Whalen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Whalen.
What's going on, Callum?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Gurley. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Back-to-back stops.
Ed Ritter's in the house. James Sargent's in the house. James, I'm going to make you a 80s wrestler. I was working on him this morning.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink. If you
didn't hear about it, explain it, Ed.
Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Yeah, go to base. Switch up, switch up. Check 43.
Quick throw here to Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Snap comes to Murray at 1. And Stills over the middle. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Hey, Lobo. Mike 58, right? Hard. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, he'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Murray with a 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches though so far.
Picking who you want to play has got to be the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
15-1. 15-1. Single slot. Let's go.
On first down.
But if only 7 teams make the playoffs, ain't that an odd number?
Incomplete.
I don't understand how that works.
But it'll be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Whalen, and his throw's going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's Murray. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. It's caught. Stills right side. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Here we go. 70 Indy. Come on. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Murray now on 1st down. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, half.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Murray now on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. A run for Nick Chubb. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
10 logo. 55. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, shoot.
On first down, it's Gurley. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. Gurley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Whalen caught by Wilson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Whalen, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it, taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. First down, Murray. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Hyde. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. It's going the other way.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off play action. Whalen. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway on a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 25. Check 25.
On 1st and 10, Whalen, open receiver. That's Caden Smith, the tight end. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Whalen, as Sanders has it poked free. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Getting set to go again, Dallas Goedert marching back onto the field. So after he looked really good early, they haven't been able to find the big tight end as much. What gives?
Well, sometimes that's not in the game plan defensively. They're trying to take away other people, or they weren't expecting him to get off to such a hot start. But now they know he's out there.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And again, it's Chubb. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. To throw on third down. Murray fighting, lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
So here are our visitors to take over on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Off the play fake, Whalen. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
Pick 6, baby.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The offense on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Murray. And he's got his man Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Hyde. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. This short throw caught by Goddard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 3rd down, Murray. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
To throw on 3rd down, Whalen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Shotgun now from Murray. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here are our visitors to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Whalen. Wilson's got it complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action. Whalen. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. 44 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Whalen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Whalen, and brought in by the tight end Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
On 2nd down now, Hyde. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. On third down, Murray. And he's got his man on the out route. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down 13-10, a minute 53 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Back to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
55. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
He's back to throw. Pass incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Back to throw, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. On the carry, it's Chubb, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
SOS.
Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output That's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Memphis, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.